Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Thanos Build-A-Figure wave of the Avengers Marvel Legends Captain America. This is the Captain America for the new movie, which is in maybe the Quantum Realm suit or some other kind of new suit where it's all silver and goofy looking. It's kind of cool. It's like, I'm curious, what do you guys think about this suit right here? At least on this figure. I'm guessing it'll look infinitely better in the movie, but since this is all we have so far, what do you guys think? Do you like this? Do you not like this? I'm personally a big fan of his most recent suit, slash the one that it kind of spawned from. So that's my personal preference, but I could see why people might like this. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. But this figure, regardless of personal taste, does some things pretty nicely, and then it does a couple things that maybe aren't so great, but it's not too bad. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just shy of 6.5 inches, which makes him just about 16.5 centimeters, a little shy of that, probably like 16.3 centimeters. And overall, it's not a bad looking figure at first glance. They do have a little bit of paint on there, which is pretty clean. You can see the silver line around the black is pretty nice. The red detail work is pretty good. Even in that A logo area, that's pretty clean, so that's good. A little bit of detail work throughout is pretty nice. The little blue thing on his hand, which is only presumably his energy shield. I don't know if we're going to see that or not, but I'm guessing that might be what that is. It could be. We'll see. And then for the face, they did some tampography on there, which is actually pretty good. It's not bad. If you don't get too close, it looks really nice. So I'll give them credit there. Details around the helmet are pretty well lined up, so that's good. And then as far as the sculpt goes, well, the individual details are all really nice. We have textures throughout, lots of hard edge details because this is like a heavier armory type suit. So that's kind of good. The head's pretty good. It's one of the better ones we've seen from them for sure. It's not perfect, but it's definitely good enough. So it's all right. The only real gripe I have for the aesthetic, and that's mainly the biggest gripe for the entire figure, is the way this torso is just big and boxy and flat. Like, this part is presumably the thickest part because it looks like a metal plate. Then we have this carbon fiber-y type looking thing around here, which is probably not heavy armor. Yet, it's like all one surface. It's very flat and just not really good looking. It's not appealing really in any way. It looks kind of like a cosplay outfit that doesn't fit a guy who's built like Captain America. So that's definitely a bit disappointing. Once you pose him up, it's not going to be a real big deal, so it's not a huge factor, but it is something to consider. Also worth noting is that they made a huge gap in his armpit area for his shoulders to tuck into, which is somewhat necessary, but they could have easily gotten around that with a little bit more clever engineering rather than just cut out a big chunk and that'll work. So a couple little issues, but all in all, it's not too bad. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for the aesthetics. As far as Marvel Legends go, this one's a pretty good one, so that's pretty nice. As far as accessories go, we get a shield, which is okay. It's got one of the more glossy kind of paint jobs on the front. It's a darker burgundy type of red and kind of a lighter blue, which is a little bit weird since it doesn't quite match his color scheme, but it's okay. And then we have the straps on the back. No clip, which is nice. The clip sucks. However, now we can't peg it into his back anywhere, and it's somewhat difficult to get it onto his hand, but he can hold it, so it's not too bad. So accessory-wise, 5 out of 10. That's fine. No interchangeable hands, no interchangeable head. Just one shield accessory, which I haven't checked. There's like 10 different shields they've made, but it's likely to just be a repaint of an existing one, so that's a bit of a bummer. All right, on to the articulation on this guy. Well, no surprise here, we have our hinge and our ball peg, which is fairly standard for Marvel Legends, and the head sits nicely on the neck. I'm okay with that. Does lean back, leans forward, side to side is no problem. Any attitude in there, just a little bit, which is enough. That's all you need, so that's pretty good. Shoulders, you already saw, they work pretty well, so not quite horizontal, but pretty close. Full rotation, of course. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow, bends nicely, a little bit ugly, a lot of bit ugly actually. And then doesn't straighten out all the way, at least on mine. I can't get it to straighten out on either arm. On this side, well, I guess it's not on mine. I mean, it is on mine only then, I guess, because on this side it's the lower joint that doesn't work, and on this side it's the upper joint. So hopefully yours, you get one that works or you can make it work. For the wrists, we do have a swivel and a hinge. Hinge is somewhat minimized by this armor on the wrist, but it's okay. Fist hand on this side, gripping hand on this side. Ab crunch, well, it works, goes back pretty far. It is sculpted in there and it's not terribly ugly. And then going forward works as well, so that's nice. We have our waist swivel. Our hips go pretty much all the way forward, so that's nice. Going back is just a little bit. Out to the side, far better than most, so that's really good. You do get a thigh swivel in there. You get a double jointed knee, which works pretty well. And then for our ankle joint, it goes all the way back, and it goes far enough forward, and you get a decent enough ankle rocker swivel hinge. So all in all, the articulation on this guy is pretty solid. I'm going to give it a Marvel Legends 9 out of 10. That's one of the things about rating systems. They're all relative to what you're reviewing. So for a Marvel Legends figure, this is a 9 out of 10. For, like, let's say an import figure, this is nowhere near a 9 out of 10. But hopefully you understand that inherently. So it's not bad. As far as Marvel Legends go, this is a good example of a pretty solid release. I still don't personally like the overall look of it, but that's just preference, other than the boxy nature of the torso. This part right here really makes him look kind of chubby and it looks like a kid in a winter coat, kind of. He almost looks like he's about to go snowboarding. It's just something weird about the torso that's not V-shaped at all. Well, I guess it's not weird. That's exactly what it is. But if you look past that or don't mind because you're going to pose it enough to hide that, then it's really not an issue. So I think most of you are going to like this release. We'll leave it there. I'm going to give it a rating of, for Marvel Legends, again, mind you, 8 out of 10. It's a really strong release for Marvel or for Hasbro, and I think you guys will like it. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And if you didn't like it, well, I've got thousands of other videos which may be helpful to you, so maybe give those a chance. And I do have new ones coming out almost every single day, so come back for all of that good stuff, and in the meantime, keep collecting.